Getting right into the action real fast. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Black Magic Gaming versus ESG Genesis in this late night Saturday matchup. For those of you at home who are waiting for that timer to end, it's not going to end anytime soon because it's match time. That's the main reason and focus. My name is Army Overlord, and here with me is Direngu from yesterday.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining me on the cast. We are
My
live.
pleasure.
We're ready to get right back into the action, and we're hoping for some great... Oh my gosh! Starting off right off the bat, that guy 01, the king of duo, reclaiming his throne in the bits department. Havana certainly will not surrender that position. He will not, and he will fight knowing that the time is running low for AOL, aka the king of duo, as he is in a situation that I hope he will be able to get himself out of.
Definitely a pretty massive bidding war that's been going on these past few days, first with donations, now with the bits. But one thing I noticed going back to the game is that ESG actually have all 5 bans today. They're not losing 1, they're not losing 2, and they're not losing all of them. Getting all 5, and they're going to go ahead and ban out the Tristana, the Morgana, and the Zaya, targeting Hero of Terminal, not wanting him to get any of his champions that he's comfortable on. Meanwhile, go ahead.
Securing the Camille to go against the Cho'Gath. Interesting decision by Fridge, taking a little bit out of his repertoire to go for something like Camille. I think this may be the first time he's been used in this situation. However, pretty obviously, he must have trained up a lot for that. And Alistar being quickly selected for Death's Light?
Yeah.
Slight.
Death Scythe, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Scythe.
Yeah, Alistar, arguably one of the best supports in the game, if not the best. Has a lot of peel, is very tanky. Gets out of the CC thanks to his ulti. I do think it's interesting that he had the Camille pick against the Cho'Gath and went for the Camille, because I don't think, unless Camille snowballs lane really hard, can she actually 1v1 the Cho'Gath late. But the Zac will be picked up by Prism, always a very solid jungler, especially when they banned out the Sejuani. They did have first pick, so I guess they're more comfortable on the Zac than the Sejuani.
That guy 01 looking at the haters and dabbing all over them with a 1,700 1,700 bits to take the lead away from Havana.
Actually,
refusing to give up the throne. Oh my goodness. Okay, Janna and Vayne.
They had Janna locked in for
so
BMAGG, Black Magic Gaming. Meanwhile, Vayne picking up for one trick mid on ESG. A very good Chank Shredder, so I can see why they would go for the Vayne here.
Yep, and not to mention the fact that that's usually the kryptonite of all tanks right there. Vayne, although not strong in the ultimate-wise, damage-wise, that percentage health damage from true damage, always the greatest weakness of Cho'Gath and Zac. So I'd imagine this is definitely the good choice. With an Alistar, laning is definitely going to be very interesting when it comes down to lockdown.
Yeah, meanwhile, ESG are going to go ahead and ban out the Kog'Maw and the Jinx. That's 4 ADC bans from Hero. Really limiting his champ pool, and there's not a lot he can do. As soon as they saw that Janna, they wanted to make sure that he couldn't get a hyper carry. Twitch is still open though, so we'll see if that's what he's looking to play.
What a funny little bit Dota just dropped. Dropping a 5-bit for the bit war that has been going on this entire Saturday versus the pick and ban phase that has been going on so far. You're the only one doing your job. I'm just kind of goshing at all this incredible stuff going on over here.
That is a lot of money, so I do not blame you.
The one trick mid says, you know what? I've got my champion ready to go. Let's take a Akali.
Wow. I don't think we've seen an Akali yet in the BSG, so I'm very interested to see how it will do, especially since he doesn't know who he's facing. A blind pick Akali is pretty risky.
Oh, absolutely.
Rise still left open.
Yeah, absolutely, positively. Akali, definitely the type of person that is extremely good on the burst, good on catching. But an interesting decision here, Ezreal.
Yeah, I don't know about the Ezreal pick. With the Janna, you think they'd want to go for more of like a hyper carry. But when you have 2 ADCs, I guess it doesn't really matter what you pick in the bot lane. So.
I see what you're saying, and look at this. We got ourselves Corki mid, Ezreal ADC. Most likely, depending on how they want to potato. I know that Ezreal can play mid and Corki can play ADC. So it's all about what they would prefer to go against that Akali. Both of them having a jump So both have a pretty solid chance in that early game against Akali,
Oh.
depending on how they play that. Trundle being selected as the jungler.
Top laner or jungler?
Ooh, top
Looks like
laner
it will be
actually.
top
Yes,
lane?
it is.
Yes.
Fridge is actually going with the Trundle Camille jungle, ladies and gentlemen.
Ignorance pulled it out. I've been practicing it in solo queue, and it's not actually terrible. She's got pretty good ganking. Her clear isn't terrible.
Mhm.
They did nerf her a while back with their W. It no longer gives lifesteal against the camps, but still very strong.
Indeed, still very powerful damage on clear as well, and true damage proccing on the Q is just really good stuff. I could see some good ganks coming from Camille, and I'd imagine they're going to be really nice to watch. One thing I am definitely curious about right now is where is this Camille heading, and can Zach's ganks be superior? Because I do not think a farm battle is something Zach wants to kind of go against with the Camille here. Because Camille's objective is to clearly get on top of a gank and really make that play work super effectively. I'd imagine that's exactly the approach here.
Yeah, I think they're going to be camping the mid lane, just because with a risky pick against Kali, it needs to get ahead early, otherwise it'll just completely fall off. Corki's only going to get stronger the later the game goes, and that technically can be said for Kali as well, but Corki's a much safer pick being ranged, and when you have a Janna that can protect him, a lot easier than the Akali who pretty much only relies on the W for safety. I think that Camille is really going to have to put pressure mid, and hopefully Zach can either look to put pressure in other lanes or just try and counter gank every time that Camille goes for the mid lane.
Yeah. We're looking at a situation here where they want to play a poke game, and when they got that, when they're low enough, when they feel like the enemy is right at that health bar that they're looking at, they are going to go ahead and pounce on it, make some big damage happen with the Cho'Gath and Zac, overrun them when they're low, and then just start making some plays. The biggest thing that I really like about Blackmagic Gaming's debut appearance here, they want to bring their health bars down and then press their foot in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, looking for that siege comp. A little 50-50. I usually we see the all engage comp, and we don't see like the Ezreal Janna bot lane if you have a Zac Cho'Gath, but they might be able to play around it. The Janna was a massive pickup. That really allows them to be able to play this style, because if they had pretty much any other support, it wouldn't really work having an Ezreal and a Corki. But because they did pick up that Janna, like you said, they're going to be able to poke and poke and poke with relative safely, and when they are low enough, then the Zac and Cho'Gath can either Righteous Glory in or just jump in and take the fight to them.
Right, and big things with the Q poking range of Ezreal, same with Corki, same a little bit with that Jan, although not very far, still able to get some good stuff. Ravencrow here, former member of All One Lane, playing the support role. Hero Termina, also former member of All One Lane. And in fact, I think almost every member here has been played at least once in the All One Lane category. So interesting little situation here. Blackmagic Gaming certainly got them some very fun little team, that's for true. We're looking at the veterans in Epic Sax Gaming. They have yet to win a single match. They've only had a single victory in the sense of their opponent surrendering. So this may be the first time in Epic Sax Gaming history. With the comp they have, with the comfort picks they're going for, they may have their first win. Perhaps even the most unlucky of situations, and the ugliest duckling can have a shiny day in the sun. And perhaps this may be Epic Sax Gaming's debut to say, we're not the Cleveland Browns. We're not the team that goes 0-16. We are going to find our way, and this may be the day it happens. I feel the epic music going on right now. Drop me some Epic Sax Gaming love. Hashtag Epic Sax Gaming. This may be the day they get it. Or perhaps
people can meme ESG all they want for getting the forfeit wins, but a win's a win, and they are ahead of AE right now because of that. They got the win, the forfeit win against Frosty, and then the forfeit win against GG. So the fact that they have all this quote-unquote momentum coming into this game could be good for them. I don't think they're too worried about the storyline as, people don't think we're good. I think they're more looking and the spirit of it. And when you play like that, it gives you a lot more possibilities.
Yeah.
We know that the team doesn't get hard tilted after a loss, because otherwise they wouldn't still be together.
Absolutely.
Most of the players are the same. They've had a few changes throughout the week, which has been a big criticism for them, but they are retaining the same roster. So I'm very, very excited hopping into this game. And like Dota said, ESG are a team that scale into the later ends of the season. So this could still be ESG season.
I'm looking at the situation right now with ESG. They're likely to be the favorites in this situation, considering this is a brand spanking new team, almost right off the block here. One of their go-to options right now for Blackmagic Gaming is iconic player Hero of Termina, as he has been a carry for a lot of those situations here. He is the player to watch in this match to come. Once again, for Epic Sex Gaming, we're looking at the top laner Fridge to be their spokesman leader, their captain, their
Yeah, got
go-to
us
guy,
Trundle
and
too.
always... Yeah. Oh, yes. Agreed to that as well. Always seems to be their go-to star player, hot off the shelf. We're hoping that Epic Sax Gaming gets their win here. Can they be victors? Can they win this match? Folks at home, I want to know if you believe Epic Sax Gaming gets this one. I feel like they can. I feel like Blackmagic Gaming is just brand spanking new, right off the shelf. I don't even know how much experience they've gotten. But what I do know is ESG, they know how to play the long game. They know how to take on a challenge. And they certainly keep swinging as hard as they can until the inevitability of a defeat or victory.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on Hero of Termina this game, especially just because he has been the carry in past on better teams and worse teams. So the fact that this is a new team, I think they're really going to be relying on him in the bot lane. And if he falls behind, then it could just be ESG's 2-0.
Big questions will be answered in the match to come here. Epic Sax Gaming has been and always will be the fan favorites going into this. Can they pull it off? They've got the tools.
Ooh,
Can
invade.
they make the game? Ooh, here we go. Immediately, Ezreal sniffs out at an invade strategy. Looks to be no sign of counterplay or counter-invasion.
Yeah, no wards getting down to the enemy jungle. Shockingly.
Yes, except for that one. And Epic Sax Gaming certainly sitting on one. They are re-changing their strategy. And it looks like no kills will come out of it. Zach apparently heading over towards the red side. And that's just about it for that man. I'm a little surprised. Thought there'd be an invade.
Yeah, you definitely, as soon as you know that they're going to invade your bot side, you always want to get vision, if not take the camp from the top side. And you can see from Fidge's pathing that he's wary that they're already there. Little does he know that they didn't actually do that, which is a little shocking that they didn't.
Absolutely. Now, with nothing happening in this situation, Epic Sax Gaming returns to their side and gets themselves a buff camp along with Blackmagic Gaming. Bit of a Dungeons and Dragons fan myself. Blackmagic usually is the type of deal where that's just the evil type of magics in some cases and shape and form. But to me, honestly, they may be the good guys in this story for all I know. And I'm really excited to see if the magic is on their side, whether it's good or evil.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if Akali, as soon as she hits level 3, is going to all-in or not in the mid lane. She did bring that Ignite. That is a TP advantage for Blackmagic Gaming. But early game, she can get that snowball like we said that she needed. Meanwhile, being pushed out of lane, though.
Yep, Yeti is struggling a little bit. Will not have that struggle come to an end anytime soon. Mad Genesis knows he has a big advantage, knows he has an escape strategy, and knows he can pressure heavily on Yeti, forcing some bad CS to come. With that,
yeah, I think he needed to hit 2 first.
For quite a bit.
If he was going to all-in at 3 with the Ignite, he needed to hit 2 first. So now I think he's just going to wait till he hits 6 and do anything.
True.
Especially since Camille hasn't path mid at all, so probably just going to wait for 6.
Would be a good call in that regard. Zach taking the Scuttle Crab, working on it right now. Camille will be meeting him in the jungle, while the knockup once again by the
Corki has lane pressure, so she needs to be careful invading.
Bit of trading here. Fridge is struggling a little bit in that early game, but that mana is running out fast, and the farm is going well in the favor of Fridge at this point. Nearly 3 times the amount, in fact, which is a little bit surprising considering how much pressure those knockups have been so far on Fridge.
Yeah, AOA Teller was a support main, I do believe, before this, so he has made the switch to top lane, and he's been practicing very hard, and he's made it pretty public that he's been practicing.
Ooh, he tries to get underneath them, but gets knocked up anyway. Both sides forcing each other to back off. Tyler now completely out of mana. Fridge might start looking to try to overwhelm him here.
Yeah, he did get that poke advantage, but at the cost of the CS, and now at the cost of his mana. So really need to watch out for the Camille repeat gank, and the Trundle just 1v1 straight up if he has the mana advantage.
Experienced member Fridge happens to know very well on how to make a freeze work really nicely. He has been a bit of an underdog in the top laning tail, but I gotta be honest with you, it's not gonna be the case against this top laning opponent right now. Fridge is definitely in complete control of the environment, and you can see why this is working really well for him. He almost has entire control against the Cho'Gath.
Yeah, definitely massive advantages by Fridge, showing why he was in discussion for MVP last season, especially in the top lane. He knows what he's doing, he's experienced, and he's really punishing the inexperienced up there.
Absolutely,
Trying to look at
and
the
that's
gold.
what I honestly believe is the name of the game, experience. Fridge already knows that Tyler does not have that much mana. He's going to force a bunch of trades here. Tyler's pretty low. 2 autos ought to do it, but he cannot seem to get
Saves
the
his
reach.
flash.
Doesn't want to use the flash either.
I think he actually could have flash Q'd autoed before he even responded. He was that low.
Yep. Now
But almost
might
400
have
gold
to take
lead
a
not
couple
spent
extra-
on the Trundle yet.
Yep, we'll take a couple extra mana here. Minions will start hitting Tyler on that one. Not going to bring him low enough
Oh,
for a
ouch.
surprise kill.
Yeah, farming out of tower needs some work on the side of Tyler. A little bit of a yikers there.
Yep,
And backing right in front of the Trundle, a little disrespectful.
Sitting at a 13 CS at this point. That is a little over double the Alistar at this stage of 5 minutes. A little close to double. Not exactly a promising sign for Tyler here, but you get Cho'Gath for mechanics, and that's certainly one of those type of things that doesn't really matter too much. Ooh, the knockout combo works really well on Fridge, though he will flash out. And meanwhile at bot side, quick play on for Ignorant, but does not get a good connection there.
Now, Fridge does have the CS advantage in the top
Ooh,
lane, but it's almost a
Yeti.
20 CS advantage in the mid lane.
Oh, Yeti wants it. He's going to throw it all in, and he will force Corki to lose a good chunk of health bar there. Oh, he kind of likes his damage. He might try it here. Oh, he's thinking about it, but back to the bot lane here as the trading continues from Janna and from Ezreal, as they're trying to force back the Vayne.
Yeah, 7 CS lead for the Ezreal. So shockingly, even though Fridge does have that massive CS lead in the top lane, mid and bot lane are behind on the side of ESG. So it's actually a almost 400 gold lead for the
Ignorant
side
here,
of
sitting on top of
Blackman's
control
Stadium.
ward here. Prism now in position, gets the force stun, does have his barrier up, forces Prism to run. Sorry.
Yeah, the synergy between the jungler and the mid lane isn't the greatest. They actually probably could have killed either Corki there or the Zac. Just pressuring the Zac off though, which isn't necessarily the wrong call. But I have a feeling if they both all in, Akali was 6, they could go for a play.
Yep, but they're worried. 1 Q shot auto, I think, takes out Yeti here, and I think that is going to convince him to back out.
A little bit of an early smite there, just trying to make sure that blue buff does not kill Ignorant.
Yep, make sure to keep
Trundle getting deep vision in the top lane though. I like to see that, especially proactive warding from any laner that's not the jungle. Not
And
usually
it's a
seen.
incredibly well-timed one, too. That blue buff is going to come right into the vision ward for sure. So good job by Fridge. He's going to know when that blue buff is going to be taken. Oh, looks like Fridge has had enough of Tyler. Going to use his ultimate to force some of that health bar to go down fast. And Fridge will win the trade, but loses his own ultimate for it. While Tyler only has a Glacial Shroud, not really anything that helps out in the early laning phase versus Fridge's very strong Tiamat, as he wants to try to force Tyler under tower from what it looks like.
Oh, just ult the minion, stacking that upper lane. Not wanting to 1v1 him in lane as Trundle has been getting the better of those trades. So he does consume the minion.
Meanwhile, Akali was looking for trouble, but was spotted out almost immediately. Looks like a control ward was the main culprit, which Ignorant has just walked right past, actually.
Oh,
no!
Mega Lol. Always want to check those bushes. Really commonly placed wards that you should always be walking through just to be safe.
Yep, and that will be the destruction of a controller, while Akali seems to be hiding in the bush at this time. Kind of a strange instance. They now begin this invade strategy right now, as I'll be moving the camera over towards Ignorant. We'll be seeing what kind of strategy both Yeti and Ignorant are planning to do here. Ignorant does the jump over, runs into
Camille,
an
that was
Ezreal.
aggressive.
It's going to be some auto attacks going off. Hero Tournament looking for something free, but is not going to get it. We skip right back to top lane, as it looks like Yeti is looking for trouble as well. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will happen between those two carries.
I think that is the right call, though. You definitely do want to be sending that Akali and Camille together to look for kills. They could have potentially looked for a dive bot lane if Zac wasn't already there, but Zac was clearing his Krug, so they just walk out with a ton of vision.
So the way I'm looking at it right now, Tyler, able to take some CS back, decides to take a minus on the 20 or a CS, but speaking of that, looks like Mad Genesis wants to get some trade, does commit, uses the W, extra commitment as well from everybody, forcing the Alistar Flash. As the Infernal Drake is beginning to be sieged in, Ignorant too low, will not even try to steal this Infernal Drake.
Yeah, delayed their recalls. They were debating on whether they wanted to go back in there and contest that, and I guess they decided not to after Akali kept farming mid, but they stopped their recalls, walked towards the Drake, then like, nah, it's probably too late.
So here comes some good tower damage by Fridge. Tyler is not that far behind Trundle, but he is still at a statistical disadvantage, as he is going directly for the engaging item known as the... Oh my goodness, I forgot what the name of it is.
Yeah, Trundle does have more gold by almost 1,000.
Righteous Glory. That was the name of it. But yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, sorry, Trundle does have like almost 1,000 more gold than the Cho'Gath, but because Cho'Gath did back first, he does have the item advantage as of now. So that's why he was looking for a trade there. And I have a feeling that since he did push up that aggressive and miss like half a minion wave off that...
Thank you very much, Sushi, by the way.
He probably should have just continued the trade.
Oh, Genesis will jump right out of there. Yeti will not commit. No chance to make that happen with the fact that the ult was on cooldown anyway. But also, Yeti could not seem to go for the distance, and he used every ability in his power to try to get as much health bar out of Genesis as possible. Does not make the kill happen, though. TP coming in by Corki. He might try something on Yeti here. Ooh, no, looks to be a bit of a miss here. Good trading in skill shots between the both of them. It seems like Yeti really wants this. It's a surprise play on Camille, and he will end up getting the true damage proc off in time to save Akali's life.
Clutch save. Had to have lived with less than 10 HP there. Couldn't even see the health bar. It was so low.
Yeah, that's what you call a glove save by the goalie in hockey right there. Great job by Ignorant.
Calculated. It was a great flash E. Very hard to land and a very hard skill to master, so he's definitely been practicing with the champion.
It is gonna be something in fruition for Epic Sax Gaming. They've been waiting a long time, and I honestly am really excited to play their music if they do manage to get the win here. Something that last season I almost played all the time. When Epic Sax Gaming was heading into playoff time, I was almost playing their music non-stop. And then I made a personal goal, said in Season 2, if they get a win, I will play that music at the end, even if I do not pick Fridge as the MVP. Seems like that's not going to be the case anyway. Anyway, Prism will end up getting bursted instantly as the three-man play comes into play. It will use ATP to try to save out the Zac. It does not pay off. Tyler does not get into a good enough position here. The knockoff on the Aftershock will come into play, and my screen just froze for a second. There it is. Looks like Trundle will push him back and back under his own tower. The knockup will not land, and it looks like they're heading right for the Rift Herald.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that double control order just to be twice as safe. Yep, meanwhile, Corki's hovering around. He did get the blue buff, so that is good for him with the lane pressure.
Yep, I do not expect any surprise play. He will not have a safe escape without the flash, even if he uses his W. Akali has a second chance.
Oh, he's trying to consume it.
Oh, he's got a good chance at it, too. He's going to keep it at a certain health bar. Oh, it's a well-crafted strategy. He procs the eyeball, which lowers it plenty low enough for that. Meanwhile, Ignorant will end up taking out Mad Genesis. Tyler takes out Ignorant, and it looks like
should be able to win that.
On the way to make the play as well. Fridge has to start making something happen. He is really going to go down really fast. The health percentage did not work out as he wanted. Yeti damage is starting to come through. Prison's starting to realize that this might not be a fight he can win. The E barely misses. He re-engages. The W needs to come online. Yeti, close enough. He's going to try for it. He's going to end up going down. The Cinder as well as the W health percentage damage finally coming through, and Yeti goes down. All of that backfiring on them. They lose their Herald objective and end up giving away 3 kills.
That's so unfortunate on so many levels, but in terms of just that last 1v1 fight right there, he got scared once he landed the Q. All he had to do was auto, and he would have got the lifesteal back, and he would have won that trade. It's so unfortunate that he got scared at the last minute. And it's kind of weird to see that on a champion like Akali, where you think that he would all in and be worth his death. And if he would have done that, like just been fearless, he would have got the kill. That's really unfortunate. But no. There is no bright side. They lost Rift Herald there too.
Right, nerves usually affect new players in here, and Yeti has yet to shake them off, I suppose, as it looks like Akali is still dealing with the struggles of the early game. Sorry.
Don't die on me.
I'm not gonna die. I'm okay.
Death side will clear some vision that was in their enemy or not. Wow. So now I'm having a brain stroke.
With the classic Trundle build here, got the Sheen proc for the extra Q damage. Tyler will end up barely missing the knock-up on Fridge, and the fight does seem to be still continuing. Meanwhile, I realize my direct camera is not working like it's supposed to. It seems like my camera is actually a little messed up here. Let's try to fix that super fast, but I cannot seem to make it work right. Anyway, in the bot lane right now, looks like Ravencrow is about to be engaged on here. Well timed on that one. Hero Termino avoids the knockup as the fight appears to still be going. Death is in a tough spot, but they will not be committed on. I cannot get my camera to work. There we go. Bot lane disengages while Trundle and Cho'Gath continue their trading.
You might want to speed up your camera as well from when your game had glitched out. So I think you're a few seconds behind.
Oh yeah, you are absolutely correct, my friend. I'll go ahead and speed up the time a little bit here. And that ought to get me right back on time. Speaking of that,
that is not looking bueno.
Happening right away.
Ooh.
Oh boy. And
flashes out of the knockup.
Yes, get him out of there.
Ooh, Death Scythe messing up the combo. Meanwhile, mid lane trades are happening.
Right, and that bot lane's also getting low too. Thank goodness for that passive on the resolve tree, because that would have been a really low and if not dead Alistar. Meanwhile, that Herald working its magic. He's going to get a big hit of chunk damage on the Fridge. It's going to be a reconnect. They splash them right into each other, and Tyler gets the kill out of that somehow. Yeti trying to escape. He's thinking about re-engaging. He's going to try for it. It's going to be some big burst damage onto Mad Genesis, but not going to be enough. Yeti ends up dying to Prism.
Yeah, again, he accidentally Rift Herald, and he did not mean to do that, which could have actually cost him the fight there, but thankfully they managed to win the fight through the Cho'Gath raw tankiness. Now they're just going to take that tower despite Trundle's best efforts to stop them.
Yep, and that will be the first tower going down to Zach. Good job. Looks like the squishy comp by Epic Zach Gaming seems to be slowly being ripped apart by these big tanks early. Meanwhile,
yeah, we didn't see the hard camp by the Camille.
Looks like they're going to try to take this. No way to outsmite this situation. Trundle's going to try to make something happen. It was close, but somehow Cho'Gath gets it. Re-engaging at this time. Looks like Trick is going to end up getting caught out by the Corki. They're all lined up for an area. They're going to try to get one last play into it. Ignorant catches out the Ezreal, and Prism will jump out of there. Wait a minute. Ignorant wanted it. Gonna stop. Never mind. As the Infernal Drake falls again.
What a game we have, Army.
Yeah, it falls again to Black Magic Gaming. Sorry, what'd you say?
What a game we have. 7-7. 17 minutes in. 25 gold lead on the 25 deficit. English is hard, Army. I'm struggling tonight. 2,000 gold lead in favor.
Can they get
Black
this
Magic
before
Gaming?
the TV completes? It will complete, but the tower still goes down.
Yeah, not first tower, second tower. No, second tower of the game. Black Magic Gaming did pick up the first in the mid lane. They do manage to get it back right there after losing the Infernal Drake and then going for an even trade, I do believe, in the fight on the Infernal Drake. Definitely both teams wanting that, not wanting to hand that over, even if it costs you the ace. Meanwhile, it looks like they'll reset.
Easy giveaway in the first place. Blue buff goes to Mad Genesis.
Looking at the items here, Trundle ends up finishing his boots. Cho'Gath finishes Righteous Glory a while ago and now picks up the Ninja Tabi, so it's going to get harder and harder for Trundle in that 1v1 lane. Finishes the Warriors in the Camille, which I don't really like to see. When I see a Camille jungle, I like to see them finish the Tri first before they finish the Warriors. But like I said, it's the first time it's been in the
looking
league.
For some easy prey, was heading bot side, but gets sniffed out rather quickly. Control ward will be taken away here. Meanwhile, they're going to get rid of some vision as Janna quickly moves into position to get rid of that ward that was placed and replace it with a control ward. Kali misses an opportunity, but looking at a very overextended Corki, he might go for it. Despite not having Ignite, he might try to go for the play here. Nope, Corki's not going to let that opportunity go. Going to take out a control ward in the river.
Yeah, I was looking for a play top tunnel now, and that was because of that control ward spotted him out. They're just going to go ahead and get vision. Might just play the waiting game now.
Yep, that's
Trundle being very patient.
Definitely a good option, I have to say. They're going to go ahead and reveal that there was an Alistar. Alistar, very angry, decides to say, I can't believe you just warded that. How dare you? And then they're going to turn right on him with a 3-man gank to return with their own 3-man gank. The health percentage damage really coming through. Zac ends up getting taken out. TP still available. He's going to use it, and it will end up taking him out. Vayne is going to now have to deal with a Cho'Gath with a bot lane still shooting in the back. Hero Termina takes him out. Here goes Ignorant, and it will be another close fight here while topside appears to be beginning the sieging process while Black Magic Gaming is going to work.
They will get that bot tower. It's just the question of whether they'll be able to get the Corki off this tower so they can get it, and it looks like they will, and they're just going to trade bot for top.
That sounds like a fine trade with me. Seems like it's not going to be a big base race here as Corki's rotating over towards the base as he's debating whether they're going to make a rotation or not. Meanwhile, Blackmagic Gaming gonna want
pushing for a
to
second.
keep that momentum going. They're going to try to take one more tower for the road. Genesis not going to be low enough.
Cho'Gath does not have Feast.
Yep, and Alistar gets the knock up to land here. Tyler will end up taking him out. He's going to get pushed back. The knock up misses. And the fight continues here in this situation.
We've seen this movie before.
Yep, dodges nimbly away from Zac and will escape cleanly. Meanwhile,
Trundle's hungry.
Yep,
but he's also squishy. Oh, really?
Ooh, actually, yeah, yeah, that actually really is surprising. That health percentage damage really wasn't that much. Huh.
Yeah, that was kind of questionable. I don't know. He'd already used his pillar, so I don't know why he would flash there. I don't think it would help him in any scenario, especially when you're chasing an Ezreal. And Janna almost died. Luckily, the Ezreal decided not to fight that. Actually, probably could have turned that around if they continue to chase, but they will back off so that way the Ezreal does not ace them.
In this situation here, it looks to be a very close matchup, but to be honest, Blackmagic Gaming definitely in the good hot seat right now. They've got a pretty tanky front line already. Looks like Cho'Gath, despite that unfavorable early game, has managed to get himself a ton of kills, and now he looks like a late game tank already.
Yeah, finishes his Warmogs. Already had his Righteous Glory finished, and with just Ninja Tab.
It looks like Death is in a bad spot here. He's going to have to use his ultimate to try to prevent himself. He's going to use his knock-up. He's got almost nowhere to go. Great catch out by Matt Genesis.
Yeah, getting a little greedy for that ward kill there. Didn't really need to, especially when they just need vision of their own jungle, mainly. Just wanting to get ready for that Drake. One thing they could look for is let them have that Drake and rush for the Baron. Granted, they're not that far ahead, but when you're this far behind this early...
Here comes a little knock-up. Ravencrow, well placed that Q. Yeti gonna get re-engaged on here, while Trundle will say, hey, leave him alone.
Yeah, mid lane is pushed up in the favor of BSG, so they may look to contest this Drake.
Yep, and Tyler, without the ability to do extra damage to turrets, is working and cutting away at that tower. Will finally have it as the final Infernal Drake is coming up. Blackmagic Gaming could all but win the match here with this third Infernal Drake. 24% extra damage is unbelievably good.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, that is almost what you want out of a Pokken comp, second to Ocean Drake. Meanwhile, they're going to go ahead, pocket out, try to make the pull, while Akali is going to get pushed back. Looks like Mad Genesis is not going to commit. That's pretty low.
They should
Zach's
look to
gonna
fight
try
this.
for it. He's gonna get it. And
Get
that's
it!
all
Let's go.
3 of the Infernal Drakes. That's 27%. Yet he's gonna try to make a quick engage in. He's
needs to
going
get
to
that
end up
Vayne.
going really low and out of there. Meanwhile, Camille will end up taking out the Zach. The Vayne tried to get some extra damage up. Does not work out. Fridge ends up taking another unfortunate death in that situation. And Trick trying to get as far away from them as possible. This is not a favorable one. That rocket will land. Tyler's going to keep that pressure coming, and this may be a in-hip tower going down. Vayne pushing back Mad Genesis. No Righteous Glory availability for Tyler, but they're just trying to push Vayne all the way, so that way there is no backing for Vayne.
BMG looked very
the whole way.
patient, knowing their limits. Like waited for it, perfectly timed. They took the team fight. It was a little bit skirmishy, but that doesn't really matter when you have 2 tanks that are as tanky as Cho'Gath and Zach, as well as when you have an ADC that already has his Triforce completed. Just a very well played fight. It was kind of unfortunate that ESG bunched up there. Couldn't really see it though, because Zach has such high range with his elastic slingshot. So unlucky. I'll sum it up to unlucky.
Absolutely, positively, with this situation going on right now, 3 Infernal Drakes. As a competitive team, you've got to be almost the unluckiest sponge that you ever did see. Because when you see a 3 Infernal Drake advantage, that's usually where you're like, wow. Oh my goodness! Tyler saying, what even just happened there? And then goes back to the control ward and leaves.
Oh wait a minute, wait, she's
like,
on
huh?
me. Oh wait, she does no damage.
Alright, well I'm just gonna, alright, well see you later, bye.
Walk back up, yeah. Pretty funny.
It was kind of
Yeah,
funny
he
too,
is
because he could have
huge right
done
now.
something, but chose not to.
Yeah, no, he easily could have like 1v3 at this point. I honestly do believe so.
Bridge
When it said,
cutting away at this tower.
that was risky to TP bot lane.
Genesis gonna scare him off with a couple ultimates. Ooh, wait a minute, he kind of likes it. Bridge knows he has to make the fight happen and ends up going down. Unable to get a good retreat there. I think he misjudged when to put the pillar down and when to stand his ground. Definitely didn't really work out like he planned. Akali knows Genesis is in a bad spot. Gonna try to sniff him out. Genesis has way too big of a lead and also is way too fast at this point and has a W. So at this point, I don't think Akali's even got a chance, as Mad Genesis will be taking the Blast Cone to the river.
That could have been a really bad TP if if Trundle would have decided to TP to Baron. They could have potentially 5v3'd and just taken the Baron, but instead chose to 1v1 the 2-item Corki. Maybe overestimating his damage with the Triforce.
Maybe overestimating indeed here, but you still got yourself a pretty interesting little team right now for Epic Sax Gaming. In all contrast of the word, you might as well say Blackmagic Gaming has so big of a lead that this basically is all but over. You got a really strong Cho'Gath. Your Vayne is unable to get that health percentage proccing to work efficiently. And you have no way to get enough peel to make this happen. I think at this stage, Blackmagic has gotten everything they could have possibly wanted out of these Barons. I mean Drakes. They'll be getting a Baron soon enough.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time though, especially with the Cho'Gath feast now up. They could look to go for it, but he might just look for the 1v1 on the Trundle since the Trundle is so far behind now.
So, you been in these situations before, Direngu?
I've been in BMG's situation before because we always win, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we've definitely been in these situations before. Right now, with the comp they have, they kind of needed to snowball early, and since they've lost that, honestly, I don't think there's much hope for their team.
Oh, wait a second.
They're just gonna have to
Health
out-macro.
percentage damage really working well for Fridge. He's cutting away at that health bar. That is some big chunk in steel, but it is not going to be enough to force Cho'Gath to be worried. His health and his mana is coming back really quickly, and Fridge just can't seem to do much of anything in a forced fight. He has the chance of him winning this is only if he can get his ultimate to do the damage he needs. But in every sense of the way, I just don't think that's just going to happen. So he's never going to get that tower, and at this point, team fight wise, they're just kind of waiting for somebody. Alistar will barely go down. Oh, I thought he might have squeezed out, but too much damage at the last second on that burst.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cho'Gath is not even being phased by this. TP coming in, pillar to stop him. That is going to mean that he's not going to be able to go to that fight. Tyler goes for the silence and is going to continue that fight from there. The Baron is now at 2,000. 1,000 left on that Baron. Epic Sax Gaming's got one chance for it, and they're going to steal it.
Ooh.
They got it. But they'll lose an Akali, but take one support for the road there. Oh, burst damage by Vayne! That's actually going to get a couple of kills for the road, but Prism takes out one more. Fridge, his damage was finally coming through, and Tyler will barely get out of this one.
He has that Baron buff now. That should be bottom tier 1 for him.
Fridge is going to end up taking this tower. So he does win the fight after the Baron play and really kept chopping and chopping and chopping away, but just couldn't seem to do what was necessary to get that upper-handed advantage. Meanwhile, we're looking at the next Drake to come here, and it appears to be none other than an Ocean Drake. Wow, could Black Magic Gaming possibly be rigging the dragons at this point?
Yeah, one Elder Drake, and they could be set to win the game just off that.
Yeah.
You know, I was going back to what you were saying earlier about what is the, like, in their position, like, what is your win condition? And I think with the Akali pick, it really was the early game, the Akali Camille, but since that has fallen through, you can never really count them out because they do have the Vayne, and Camille is one of the best pick champions in the game. So if Corki does become, like, the massive major threat, then with that Camille and Vayne, they're never really out of the question, because that Camille could get a good pick, and that Vayne automatically shreds things.
Absolutely not. With this, it's still a big advantage here. He's going to go ahead and use his ultimate to use it on Prism in this situation. Meanwhile, the fight is going to continue. Epic Sax Gaming ends up taking one of their own members out on that engage. They're still trying to prevent them from having the Ocean Drake. Yeti will end up getting bursted by the Akali, but Akali at this point is getting overwhelmed by knock-up slows and CC lockdowns. But somehow Vayne comes into the play, and Tyler ends up going down from it. Epic Sax Gaming gets a 3 members, and they've got some.
That's why you can never count them out. That's why you can never count them out. They saw that they had the man advantage, and they took advantage of it. Yep. It looked like Camille had gone on a little bit early there. If she had waited a little bit longer, that could have been a clean quad.
This will be this is definitely to be expected, a inhib take. This is going to be pretty good for their chances. I don't think they can win off of this, but of all the times you kind of want to force a win, this might be the one of those cases.
If you can get the Ezreal pick, it could be, though.
Big chunk of his health bar down. Here comes the cavalry, as it looks like Alistar will escape. So
someone needs to reset and clear top, and then they can look to start sieging their bot lane or top lane. This could be still ESG's game.
Yep. Yeti has been successful so far in his assassination attempts against Janna, and has been able to do so on Corki as well, which is actually giving them a good sign of hope in the matches, because if they're gone, that means they might have a chance to get a Vayne in the situation and get that Cho'Gath in a bad spot. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath sitting on a whopping near 5,000 health bar. That's a big Cho'Gath.
That is one thick boy.
He's a very thick boy. Looks like we're getting some ideas being spit out here. Looks like nobody is feeling this match is going to end anytime soon. He's saying we got some.
That's probably correct.
50-minute game.
Probably. Yeah. Knowing ESG, this probably will be a 50-minute throw.
And well, this is going to be a long one here, folks. Throw. Talk about going to midnight. We've got a pause already.
Yikers. Unlucky.
Unlucky indeed. Well, there's not really too much to talk about here. This game has kind of been a very steadfast in small encounters. No real trading or forced fights, for the obvious reason that Yeti is just too dangerous of an opponent to try to 1v1. And Ignorant is just able to make some good catches. So at this point, you can't really 1v1 your opponent in any situation if you're Corki or Ezreal.
Yeah, they're more looking for the team fights, but unfortunately, it feels like both teams don't really know who wins it, so they're both really hesitant when they do go in. I think if BMG did go in, then they actually would have a better chance of winning the 5v5 if they can prioritize their targets right. But unfortunately, this may be just the nerves of a new team coming in, and the confidence isn't all there yet. But I would like to see a 5v5, and I have a feeling they probably win the game off of it. But knowing both these teams, I don't think that will happen. I have a feeling it's going to be this stalemate for a long time.
Yep, that may be the case. Blackmagic Gaming happens to have the common practice of all competitive series advantages. 3 Infernal Drakes, 24% extra bonus damage for a poking comp, as well as an Ocean Drake. You cannot, as a poking comp, you cannot ask for a better couple of Drakes. That is the best possible scenario for Blackmagic Gaming. And for their
3 of them,
debut
that's
game,
just incredible.
yeah, and for their debut game, this could not be going any more in their favor for the situation. Fridge gonna get locked out here, ends up barely avoiding a lot of CC. He might squeeze out of there. They're trying to hold him out. Genesis is gonna try to get some extra poke here. Fridge ends up losing too much. The crits came through, and he goes down.
Yeah, thankfully Baron's not up. They're not able to take that and start making some counter plays. Don't think they're really going to be able to do much since their inhibitor is down. They're just going to have to keep resetting and clearing mid. Meanwhile, ESG are looking to push bot lane. I think their top lane is slow pushing in their favor, but not for long.
Interesting little situation we got developing here. Looks to be like they were, for a brief moment, setting up a bait inside the jungle. Wait a second, they're calling for one. They're running into position. They might have a surprise for it. Camille in position here. They're going to spot out Camille. It will be a quick knock-up here as Ravencrow will have to use ultimate to get Camille off. It's going to be a combined effort. Everybody's starting to charge in here. Yeti trying to get one kill. He's going to barely get one, but it will be at the cost of losing the mid laner. Prism trying to catch out. Gets a whip at it, but does not keep the Jello in connection. Ends up falling right off as Vayne will not allow a Q to land well enough. Meanwhile,
yeah, one thing I've noticed is that Hero keeps pushing the side lanes while they fight. That's probably like the second or third time that Hero has been just pushing the bottom lane or the top lane while their team fights in the jungle. So I'm hoping that's not like a staple of the rest of this game, because they probably could have chased that down with the Ezreal.
Yep.
But
Looks
he just threw out his ultimate then.
Going on for both Camille and for the Trundle, as they're trying to cut away at the Zac and Cho'Gath sustain in the fights to come.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything out of the ordinary. Both teams kind of just meandering around, making sure there's no wards in their jungle. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody has a sweeper on the side of Blackmagic Gaming, except for just the support Janna. And she's not really doing the greatest job of sweeping her own jungle.
Tyler going to just scare away the Camille as his size is now coming into play here for sure. Genesis is pretty confident, but does have a very great retreat strategy.
Yep, run.
It's an interesting decision that they're going to send Corki in this spot. Fridge is going to try to force a fight here. He's going to use his ultimate to get more, and Fridge is now going to get stuck on that little paveway. Genesis is going to try to keep some pokes out. He knows he does not have to worry about this. He will flash, and that crit takes so much of his health bar out. Meanwhile, the engage is going to happen right here. Hero goes down immediately. Vayne is going to try to get some extra kills here. He's going to try for one more. Tyler takes out the Akali. Vayne is now the only one left alive here. And Trick is on the run and have nowhere to go. Ends up going
so
down.
Much for Peel.
Will be, zero chance for Peel in this situation. Alistar ended up nowhere to go. Headbutts the Cho'Gath and goes down.
This could be game. 40 seconds on the Vayne.
Yeah, this looks all but sure of the game here. If
Cho'Gath tanks the towers instead of letting the minions, it should be game. Don't let the minions tank, otherwise you can't end. It's not like this. They really need those minions as healthy as can be. Cho'Gath should have tanked this, and if they decide to end, which they should, well, maybe not. They are not doing a lot of damage on second thought. This will not be game.
Yeah, their poking comp is not exactly extremely good without an Ezreal for some tower damage during that.
Should be Baron though.
Yes, I do agree. It should definitely be Baron. They will have Tyler's ultimate, and they will have a massive smite advantage. I would dare say, I believe that smite advantage has got to be somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000.
They're going to trade out the Elder though, ESG.
As Camille's already beginning to work on that right away. The Baron goes down. Blackmagic Gaming has realized that they're working right now on that, and they're racing over as fast as possible to get there. Cho'Gath leading the way. Ultimate
this will
now
be a 5v3.
They have revealed that they are able to get there on time.
This should be
Tyler
game now.
will end
5v3, they should win this.
Yep, they should, but will they also get the Elder Drake? That's a good chance. Janna somehow is the one to take it, and at this point, this game is all but over. As they can now at this point walk up and win the game, because I don't think
Elder
anything
3
can go down.
Infernals, this should be GG for BMG.
Well, if you're Epic Sax Gaming fan, you got to feel like feels bad, man. With a comp that is a poking comp to get literally every Drake you could possibly ask for a poking comp. You can't really ask for a better situation.
Yeah, didn't just play around the other game like they should have. A little unfortunate.
That is the
Kind of in the
unluckiest
story of
thing
their
I've ever
season,
seen.
just a little bit unfortunate.
Perhaps Epic Sax Gaming really is a little bit more cursed than I could ever imagine. But in any case, they're going to try one last effort. It's going to end up getting obliterated by those 3 Infernal Drakes and the Elder Drakes and the Baron. All 5 members will be cracking this Nexus, and the game is over. Game 1.
Yuppers, 10,000 gold lead for BMG. 30-17 was the final score. 3 Infernals. Drake. As good as it could have gone for him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've kind of said that bit at least a couple of times. But holy moly, guacamole, extra cheese, and ravioli. They got almost everything they could have asked for from these Drakes. You couldn't... Honestly, I don't even think they could have asked the Drakes for what they got there.
No, that was incredible. You hardly ever see that many Infernals.
Yeah, and then an Ocean Drake shortly after that. That's like perfect. That is the perfect recipe if you're a poke comp, which is what they were. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the total damage to champions here. Corki, not shocking, ends up doing a lot of damage to the Trundle. Ends up doing a lot of damage in general, and ends up with the most damage in the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they sent him down to 1v1 in the lane, so he got a lot of damage from that. And then he was also really affecting the team fights. He just drew so much pressure. It was a really good game out of the Corki.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm going to say, before I say the lootly, let's go ahead and look at the damage taken and self-mitigation. So, mitigation on the damage here. Trundle ends up doing the most. Alistar did himself a solid and did some self-mitigation as well, but the damage taken here seems to be pretty evenly split, except for the Janna and Ezreal, who didn't really tank that much, except for Janna, who Akali decided to make a personal mission to kill multiple times.
Yeah, fortunately she kept dying when she went in, which was just so sad because 9 out of 10 times she wouldn't even get the kill, except for that last fight, or one of the last fights.
Look to be the type of situation where it's a bad luck, my dude, but we go on to the vision score and the wards placed here. With the vision score, looks to be Alistar leading the situation. ESG, they're known for getting their ward scores looking pretty good. And it definitely looks pretty good in this situation. But, of course, seems to be a little bit on the balance side for Blackmagic Gaming. Their victory here definitely looks pretty promising for their match to come. Meanwhile, Vayne is the weakest of the links when it comes to the wards placed, dropping a mere 6 wards in that. A little bit on the lower side for ADCs, but Hero Terminus certainly showing how much he loves wards. He just doesn't even care where they're placed, as he gets the same amount of vision score as he does on wards placed. Well, that will be the preparation for the game 1 here, folks. Not bad of a situation here if you happen to be a BMG fan, as they've gotten themselves a 1 point against Epic Sax Gaming Genesis. Will we see Epic Sax Gaming get feels bad, unlucky, my dude? Or will this be a turning point, and could this be where their curse comes to an abrupt end? You'll find out in 5 minutes, folks. See you guys soon enough. Yes, but don't speak. Like I said, folks, don't trust that timer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get right back into the gameplay action. Looks like they just said we're ready to go, so let's get this going. Epic Sax Gaming has switched sides here, and they have only one more chance to see if they can get this match under control.
That's the only chance they need, Army. ESG 2-0, even though they already lost the first game. Come on.
I don't think you're really 2-0 if you've already lost, but
You're not believing hard enough.
I'm not believing hard enough indeed. Well, folks, let's see if they can get that victory here. No bans will be lost, and banning phase is still continuing. Tristana and Morgana on the Babaya, as it is Sejuani as well that will be taken off the list. For those of you diehard fans of Duo Esports, as well as you diehard fans of both Black Magic Gaming and Epic Sax Gaming, the gaming is going to be on. Can either team, can somebody find a way to either get a 2-0 or a 1-1? What's going to happen?
I think it'll probably be ESG 2-0 if I do say so myself. Jokes, of course. Now, they did lose the first game. Going into this game, they are already changing up Bear's pick. The Maokai is also a different pick from last game. They did ban the Cho'Gath, making sure that Fritz does not pick that up, because it was a strong pick on the blue side. Zac will be picked up for a second game. Very strong champion, especially since they banned out the Sejuani. ESG did have the first pick, so they could have chose to go for the Sejuani if they hadn't banned it on the side of Black Magic Gaming in the first round, but they did.
Yep, and Zac and Maokai both have lost. Zac and Maokai have been secured here for Black Magic Gaming. They've got their tank strategy back in their back pocket. What a CC lockdown they've certainly got. Ignorant is going to take the J4 into play here, and Yeti now sitting on his opportunity with the fact that that didn't work out last time. He's certainly looking at what could go right this time.
I love the Blitzcrank, please.
Blitzcrank would be really nice here. Something with a good pull. Even Thresh has a pull. They want to take the Thresh. Bot lane and jungle secured, while we have a top lane and jungle secure for sure. Will we
Thresh
have
is a good pick.
A mid lane or a support here?
Ooh, Hyphy. Hyphy. If they do lock in, it'll be Hyphy. Nah, they're going to go for Diggs, maybe?
What do we got here? Orianna securing it. Looks to be a very traditional comp for Black Magic Gaming. They want to finish it out nice and clean with the LCS style of combat. Going to be an interesting little tidbit to see if they can get the confirmation here and secure their victory. Trundle now being taken away here. I can imagine why they do not want to deal with another Fridge able to peel away at Zac and Malakai's armor in the team fight. That would be really game-turning for an ADC. They do not want that to happen, especially as the Novaris is a very good health percentage damager. Scion also being taken as well. It's like somebody burnt the burgers. Anyway. Final ban coming in here. Looks to be the final ban for FXX Gaming. Sorry, are you here?
I am now.
Okay.
Had to DC real quick.
Alright.
Like I do in every pick and ban phase, but as I do come back, we'll get right back into it.
Ryan Stanfield here has his ADC ready to be selected if they're going in order, which appears to be the case. Ryan should take his ADC. Don't know what he's going to go for, but it looks to be his favorite option, Xayah, as it'll be a nice little damage dealer at the front.
ESG realizing that it's not Hero of Terminus, so not as scared as they only ban out 2 ADCs instead of 4. Still a lot of ADC bans, but Xayah is S tier right now. Very strong, and I think that is a wonderful pickup for Ryan Frontline Stanfield.
Mm-hmm. You know, like, the man is playing in the game. Has he called himself Ryan Frontline Stanfield? I've never really heard about that.
I like to think he does, so I don't feel bad.
Well, Syndra and Amumu have been selected as well. What an interesting little team fight comp they got here. Talk about making a catch and making a commitment.
Amumu top?
And Rakan in the support option here. Well, let's take a look at what they're going to take in this choice here. J4 perhaps will be the top laner. Oh, well, they're switching it around a little bit. Looks to be Amumu top to go against the Malakai.
I like to see that. That is a hypier pick. I haven't seen it done in the BCSG. I actually haven't seen it done ever. I've never faced or seen an Amumu top in any of my games.
I have once before, and the reason why he did it is because he's... yeah, but it was a way long time ago. It was back in like season 5 when I played against it. And it was a pretty interesting little matchup there because at the time, there were it was good Sunfire capes and bad other item sets. And at the time when I was playing a pretty squishy top laner, he managed to be very consistent and able to get some good percentage. He was able to get some good damage from his W. Here, though, he'll be doing some extra true damage procking, so his AP damage ratio is going to be pretty strong and pretty good. I do not know how well it's going to be against a Malakai in this situation, because he doesn't really do that much percentage health damage from the tiers, and his E doesn't really do that much. So, so I'm not sure how this is going to work.
What I would have liked to have seen instead of the Amumu, who is similar in terms of playstyle and what he brings to the team, is Galio. He has his AoE ultimate for the knockup, but it also reduces damage. You have the same amount of tankiness, because now when you build AP on Galio, you get the tankiness with the new items, and with the passive AP shield, the more AP you have, the bigger the shield. So I feel like he not only brings more, but he does what you're looking to do on Amumu, just a little bit better. But instead he does go for the Amumu. Maybe it's just one of his favorite champs.
Maybe. But with 2 minutes on the clock before the game starts here, which comp do you kind of like better? I'm looking at Blackmagic Gaming's comp because that is successful, it's common, it's traditional, it's really good at making setup plays, it's really good at getting Xayah and Orianna's damage to come through. It's almost a very clean and efficient comp when done appropriately, and it's also one of the easiest ones to pull off as well. So it's kind of to be most definitely expected, but FXX Gaming Genesis's plan here is to just, okay, fine, if you're going to go in, we're going to go ahead and make you really regret going in. When we're going to hold you down, we're going to go ahead and lock you in, and then we're going to hit you with as many abilities as we can while you're just going to stand there wondering what's going on. So it's called a turn. A strategy where you are playing to the strength of your opponent, but turning their strength of engaging into a negative. And that is FXX Gaming's turning point plan. Syndra fires an ultimate, uses that to get a nice spread of balls to hit every single 5-man target. Meanwhile, J4 locks everybody in that said area. Amumu jumps in, hits the ultimate to hit everybody nice and still, while you got a nice little Varus to get some big damage to come right through there, while lots of health bars start to drop fast. Does seem to be a good strategy, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't know. I think both comps are okay. Like, they're both good comps, right? I do think BMG's is a little bit better just in terms of it's a lot easier to pull off than, you know, like with the Maokai. It doesn't really matter what you do up there. Late game, you're still going to be Maokai. With the Amumu, if he falls behind, like, it's pretty hard to be tanky or do damage, like, or do both, especially since we don't know what he's going to build. The Jarvan, we don't know if he's going to build, like, AD Assassin or Bruiser, or if he's just going to go, like, Cinderhulk Warmogs.
That we do not know. I still have the Epic Sax Gaming music on standby, so I'm still expecting their chance to win this one to come through for them. Let's see if that's going to happen. We go right into the match right away, as I think most of our audience is starting to fall asleep from those games prior. That's so much excitement.
Very long games today.
Yeah, those long ones, the crowd was going nuts over. Bits were flying all over the place, and now I had to go pick them up. And finally, when they're all categorized and set up, everybody stopped throwing them. So,
look.
Yeah. Interesting decision by Ravencrow. He's going Ignite Exhaust, no. And I repeat, no flash. So this is called commitment, and he's certainly.
Well, he does have a lot of all-in and disengage, a lot of engage and disengage. So I don't think it's like absolutely necessary, but it definitely helps when you want to flash ulti in late game team fights. He did run Unsealed Spellbook, so I think he'll be fine. Probably just looking for some early cheese.
Yeah, the flash play won't be super easy to land either. So now he's really got to purely rely on the kit, and I think he's feeling pretty confident. What Ryan?
Yeah, Aftershock on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. Very strong rune right now. Especially, like you said, since both comps are looking to engage a lot.
But
you can definitely see that through that.
There is one thing I do want to point out, and you can see it right here, a spellbook by Rakan. So he can switch to a flash whenever, switching out whichever.
What? That's just what I said?
Yeah. Want to point that out again. A second time. Double pointage. What?
I'm sure you just want to point that out again. No, it's definitely. I think it's pretty smart. Like I said, probably looking for that early cheese, and I think you're right. Late game, he'll probably just switch it out to the flash, so he can make those flash ultis. A little risky if they do get camped early, though.
Very much so, but Ravencrow will have a pre-stack prepared, so he does get camped. He'll just switch out the Ignite for the flash, or switch out the exhaust for the flash, depending on how it will be played. Ravencrow's situation here is going to be an interesting one because he's trying to get the most usability out of his kit and betting that the Thresh is not going to land good hooks. He's really putting a lot of faith that Death does not hit these hooks. Because if he hits even a few of them, Ravencrow is going to be in a really bad spot.
Yeah, definitely. He does still have his, I think it's his W, that is the knockup that he can get out of, so if he doesn't decide to turn around the fight, which he may, as soon as he gets hooked, he may look to bait the hook, just so that way he can go ahead and exhaust and ignite the ADC one-trick mid.
Yep. They're certainly waiting in position. They're not really worried about helping out the bot lane. They really want to get that early level. And I can see why they want that early level, because that means Ravencrow can make some early plays and make some engages and make some risky plays. And that is a really good decision for Blackmagic Gaming here, because they could just really capitalize on the lack of early damage Varus and Thresh are able to really pull off.
Yeah, I'd like to see Zach starting the red as well, so he can end on the bot side. That's a good adaptation by him, just to know what side he'll end on, so that way he can't camp that side. And like I said, with the early cheese, with the exhaust ignite, that's definitely what they're looking to do.
Yep. So that will be a take of the red buff here. J4 had a bigger take on that situation. Meanwhile, oh wow, they went for a really early cheese. They actually nearly take out Varus on that play. He goes very low, and this is going to be a very, very long early game for these two.
Yeah,
Good
he didn't
strategy.
blow the heal. But he didn't hit level 2. I think it might have been a little bit safer to wait till they hit level 2, just that way they would have had that.
That's a good cheese strategy, because that forces
Yeah.
the ADC to play defensively now. Headbutting that.
They definitely have the lane pressure now.
Ooh, he's getting a good 1-2 punch going on right there. I think he used Q. Did he just use Q? I have no idea, but he's still able to swing back every time he is hit. His E passive procs faster, which means he can definitely get some more shots off. Not exactly. It's kind of like the reverse idea for a top laning situation. You want the minions to hit you so your E can come up more often. But at the same time, you don't want them to hit you because that means you're losing a lot of health bar. Because as you can clearly see right here, Tyler once again using every gallon of his mana in the early game as a Mumu is working on the wave right now. Oh, he's going to give up the cannon minion there. I don't know if that was a good idea, Fridge.
Some luck.
Ooh, I think we might have found the reason. Oh, Fridge does not well time the bandage toss, and that's going to go way off screen as you just saw.
Zach was looking for a gank mid. Didn't manage to pull it off. Was a little bit telegraphed. Syndra backs up to her tower, and she's fine.
So
while top lane,
no
just hitting each other.
toss again by Fridge. I think he's got a situation where he can easily force Tyler to get some unfavorable trades. And in that massive wave, he could have easily killed Tyler there. I don't know. Fridge, I think, is just misreading the situation with how much minions he has out there.
Yeah, he definitely had a point into Q as well, so I don't know why he didn't. Just knowing that he still has flash up and he could potentially stun him underneath the tower with Maokai's W.
Tyler, pretty low here. Fridge has a pretty big lead. Prism's going to go ahead and get some good CC onto Yeti. Yeti wants to pressure back Genesis. Doesn't seem to work like he wanted to. It's a quick engage by Ignorant. He's going to try to get some good damage, and it will be what it is. Oh, it's a CC hit onto Ravencrow. He'll just check his, he'll just fix his hair real bit and then start walking back to his ADC. He's not even concerned about that at all.
That pretty much sums it up right there. Ooh, he does look for the engage. The level behind, though, and the minion waves are hitting him. A very exciting game early. Definitely a lot more progressive by both teams. Every time that ESG has looked or no, not ESG, BMG has made to look, has looked to make a cheesy play, ESG have countered it with a gank in the top lane or some mid lane aggression.
Yep. Zach was looking for a surprise play on Syndra. Didn't really get what he was looking for. J4 in an interesting spot. I do not think they're going to get what they're looking for here. Zach is going to get pushed back. Syndra is now going to get touched, but not going to get outmaneuvered here. Yeti is trying to squeeze his way out of here. Going to get a ball.
He's on the wrong side of the map.
He needs to get another push. It's up in 2 seconds. He wants to think about a blast cone here. Oh, interesting.
Execute.
He tried to outmaneuver him, but the blast cone play did not work like he wanted. He's going to easily go down here for the first blood. He was outmaneuvered entirely. Ooh, the hook lands. Ravencrow should be the focus in this fight here. Ooh, mid. Ooh, Forest. That was a big missed decision there to go for kiting. That was a huge kill that you could have gotten on Ravencrow right there. Unlucky for him.
Rakers.
Root into place here. Fridge is going with a lot of tick damage. It's hitting multiple targets. He's certainly getting a lot of his mana back for everyone he's killing so far. Interesting. All around the bot side, especially, both sides really looking to kill each other. The exhaust is a little bit late on the side of the Thresh, but no sums on Raising Crow now. And One Trick Mid will have his flash up soon. Still has his heal. And Thresh still has his flash. So, all in all, a better trade for ESG than it was for BMG. In this situation, Amumu usually is out-traded efficiently, but Amumu's decision here to go with, honestly, a really interesting build direction. He's going for the upgraded Nicotron Cloak here. Honestly, that's a really bizarre decision. I gotta admit, I don't know.
After seeing that Gangplank build early,
oh my goodness. Havana has stolen the lead again. As he thinks the king has left, drops a 1,500 bits for the steal, and he sits on the throne while he assumes that one guy 01 is no longer on the throne at this time, so he wants to take the seat while it is currently available. Wow, Havana. My
One
heart is
rich
in
boy,
Havana,
dude. Paid by
Hunana
Steve.
at this point. Sorry, go ahead. That was a dumb joke. It's late tonight, so dumb jokes are just gonna start happening.
No, yep, pretty much standard. Both games look for some early pressure, neither team really succeeding. The kill advantage in favor of BMG just based off the Syndra misplay. Ran the wrong way towards the wrong Nexus, was punished, but now it looks
And
like
just
Zach will handle for the blue buff.
just as he thought that it was gone, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the king says, hey, wait a second, this is my seat. And he claims it right back with another 1,500 for that one. 5,200.
Didn't this dude just donate like $100 yesterday?
Yes.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
even. Where does he live? I feel like he lives in a mansion or in a castle. He's a king. He has to
That
live in
dude
a
just
castle.
spent like his next 3 months worth of rent on the stream.
I
But
know,
I'm not complaining.
Like, I know, right? I don't know what to do. Jonah, is this allowed? Like, what am I supposed to? Fridge,
Dude's
just
gonna be
turn
homeless
on
after
him!
this game.
Fridge, he has no mana! You just beat him up!
Yeah,
Man.
I don't know why Fridge won't actually all in him. He could actually get extreme damage and potentially dive.
Oh, man, Fridge,
Very strange.
You got him, dude. Just walk up to him, hit him a little bit. This guy only has a passive. He has no mana. He can't hurt you. Oh, this is the same thing with the Cho'Gath, but in reverse. This time he doesn't get mana back for every time he kills a minion. And it looks like they're pinging away, revealing J4's positioning here. Fridge is getting pushed back. I mean, he has a ton of mana. I am...
He won't go in. He actually won't hit him. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I guess he's just content with farming.
At this point, I think Fridge might want to think about a gank that might be coming up pretty soon. Looks like Orianna slowly moving up. Tyler will have only one route of a play. That's it. He has nothing else. He doesn't have enough mana for anything else, so that'll be him leaving. So, there you have it. That's a good chunk of time being wasted there because of mismanagement in Tyler's mana cost. I do hope that is not taken as BM. That is just taken as a constructive criticism for Tyler, who has been running into the same situation he ran in last time. Yeti will end up taking a quick trade while Genesis helps out the jungler with farm. I think he stole like about 2 minions there, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. That looks about the right.
I
wonder if
Dota was...
he'll get some revenge and gank now.
Oh yeah, here we go. Prism's getting into position. Yeti didn't even see it coming. He's gonna get locked up, locked down, spin up, spin down, spin all around. Gonna throw an ultimate. Ooh, Genesis is gonna get low,
flash.
but the
That should be
ignite
kill.
from earlier is
Woo!
gonna run
Almost turned it
out.
around.
He will not get the play. Oh wow, come on! You gotta be kidding me, Ravencrow. How in the world do you get a control ward in there? They want it. They're looking at it, but they're not going to go for it. 1 minion left on that situation. Zach is in position now, so that opportunity, I think, is gone. Genesis was low, no longer the case. Meanwhile, Fridge has ultimate. They're going to try to force the pressure. Ult, TP coming in by Tyler. He's going to get a hook onto the ADC. A full commitment strategy. Ultimate's going right in there. They're all lined up here. Fridge is going to get an ultimate off, but it's just a second too late. Thresh goes down. But Thresh, with his ultimate, gets a kill for the road as he's going to pressure back the ADC. Meanwhile, Bridge, with a ton of mana, is going to pressure some people back, but not enough to get some big plays.
Mumu's doing damage!
Yes, he is. And it is going to be a lot more damage to come. It is going to be Fridge going
Jarvan's low. I don't know if they win
down
that.
finally.
Keep kiting.
And that is how it ends. Honestly, I'm a little surprised. I think Trick mid just does not feel comfortable. And I think because he doesn't, he's not making kills happen. And that
that definitely could have been their fight if he would have just played a little bit more aggressively. I don't know if he's baiting his team or like you said, he's just scared.
It looks like
whatever it is, it's not working.
It just looks like he just is not reading that environment. He's just not reading it right. So he just thinks that he's going to get focused immediately and locked down. Meanwhile, Mad Genesis clean outplay onto Yeti as Yeti had absolutely no idea how strong that Mad Genesis was in that situation and picked a fight where you just can't seem to make that work.
Pretty clean 1v1 by the Ori.
Yeah,
Ultimate timing came up
I do agree with
perfectly.
Dota's point here. I feel like that could have won if Varus would have done more autos and less running. And that, honestly, I think is the tale for ESG. They just kind of seem a little too afraid to make those early game risks. And that is a Ocean Drake for them. And that, honestly, is a very good Drake, considering they can play a good poking game distance now. And after a play happens, they can not have to worry about mana cost. For Tyler's sake, he doesn't have to worry about mana anymore. He's going to get it all back. So he can burn as much as he wants, and Fridge just gonna have to sit there and just keep with the ease off, and every so often.
I'm interested to see if
Havana decides to sit down and say, "Listen, man, I know you really like being the #1 guy. Listen, I've got 5,201 points. Listen to me though. I know you like being the #1 guy. I know you say you're a king, but here is a blue gem." With a 1 point ahead and says, "Listen, man, I want the top spot. It's me. I've got the hit song. It's me."
Oh my god.
I have no idea.
Aggression.
Like, how far is this gonna go? Are they gonna like break some bit records? Like, this is almost like Tyler 1 levels of bit scoring here. It's getting crazy.
I think the real question is, when is Dota gonna go ahead and hire the hookers and eat the money? Because I think we've definitely hit the money.
Fridge is getting pretty low. Tyler will end up winning that fight with the no mana at this time. Fridge should be able to come back with a TP. So that seems to be the case. He wants to go for a, which we'll see in 1 second, the item that I believe is called, I can't remember the name. Can you not buy it? No,
my game's frozen.
You couldn't buy it? Really? I can't believe you couldn't buy that item. I thought he was going to go ahead and grab an Abyssal Mask, but he didn't get it. He's going to try to fight Tyler in that wave, and he was able to take the whole wave. He knows his opponent has no mana, so he's going to try to continue to wear him out, and the takeaways is only going to help out Tyler in this situation. Tyler is going to get really chunked out, but not enough. Fridge really wants to force Tyler down. He's been waiting all game for it. Forces the flash. He goes for the bandage toss. He's going to get it, and he will end up beating Mad Genesis to the punch, but Mad Genesis going to get revenge for the fallen top laner, ends up getting the kill there. Heavy lack of vision. Like, heavy lack of vision in that situation. The fact that that was even attempted by Fridge, I applaud him for, but my goodness, that should have happened 10 minutes earlier, and also there should have been a control ward in that area, and I think that's exactly what he popped 2 control wards for that situation exactly for. Meanwhile,
yeah, the vision throughout
will be CC locked down here. Trick is still a little scared. He's going to jump back with a Q shot. The ultimate by Thresh was able to connect the way he wanted to. Yeti will end up having no chance of escape. He's going to get wedged into a tight little corner, and it looks to be a free kill for Epic Sax Gaming. Great job. Yeti will get the kill. There's something big happening for him. Meanwhile, Mad Genesis looking for some trouble. Get some trouble to come his way, and he will get a kill out of it. As far as will remain deathless at this point, they're going to start sieging that tower in, as it looks like bot lane's going to start getting pressured in as well. Meanwhile, it will be an ultimate used by Mad Genesis as he tried to take out Mad Trick. They'll take out the mid tower for the first tower destroyed, and the top bot tower is really getting pushed in here. They will not be able to take it. Varus is going to go for the back, and it's Fridge who is clearly in a situation where he's at a disadvantage. Yeah. He has the Abyssal Mask now, so that extra tick is starting to come into play, but he doesn't have a Sunfire Cape. He's not maxing the W, so his damage is just not coming through as efficiently as it could be because he wants to have as much mana as possible. He wants the tantrum.
Maybe just looking for the CC in the late game too fights more than damage, I guess. I don't know why else he would have picked him and then not gone damage.
Well, he's gonna try for the steal. It's not gonna work out. It's a Sunfire. Amount of damage. Ravencrow ends up getting caught and killed. Fridge does get the sadness onto Rakan as he's now suppressed and depressed in whatever place he is now. CC locked down onto Mad Genesis. He will use his ultimate to get some turning point action somehow, some way. That doesn't translate into enough kill. Mad Genesis is chasing after Fridge. Fridge will have nowhere to run. He ends up giving a godlike to Mad Genesis as he is almost on another level of play at this point. Mad Genesis is looking to carry the ever-living heck out of this match. Oh my goodness, I don't think that guy 01 can compete anymore. I think Havana has actually won. I think he won. No way. There's no bits tossing anymore. Either he went to bed, or he does not have another penny to drop. I can't believe Havana and this bit race has been the most exciting thing for the whole day. 5,200 on the bit race. This is next level stuff. Like, that's too much. That's too much money. I really want them to stop, but I also want them to keep going. You know what I mean?
There we go. Yes, I do know what you mean, Army.
It's really messed up. It's so generous for such a weekend situation. I mean, this is never gonna happen again. There's no way. We'll never have a race like this ever again. That's not gonna happen week. It's not even gonna happen in playoffs, which is some place where it could have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow, what an interesting week 8 Saturday night.
Very strange. Like, these games, like, I don't know if it's the patch or if these games have like fresh outlooks, but these have been some of the most strange games that we've ever seen.
Yeah, true. They have been the weirdest ones. The game Saturday night's previous match was really interesting because it was like, there's no way you should lose this. Oh my goodness, you lost.
You
There's
lost.
no way you should win this.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, you won. Like, you can't really make this up, folks. Like, this is just incredibly interesting matchup and gameplay. Meanwhile, this is the same type of deal with Blackmagic Gaming, except in this game too, they have a serious comp. Lockdown on the CC here, looks like a big fight here. Are you kidding me? Trick is literally standing next to the enemy mid laner, and they ignored him. Are you serious? Meanwhile, Blackmagic Gaming will end up going down as Amumu did everything he could within his power, and that will be all that she wrote. Okay. Somebody tell me, in what world is it okay to walk up to the enemy mid laner that is 8-0-4 now and auto attack the tank?
You know what I mean? Like, hitting carries is overrated, Army. Duh.
Somebody's got to clip. I'm going to clip that. I'm going to clip that. That is incredible. Like, I don't even know what
This
to
dude was
say.
probably rank 1 on the challenger board. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Okay.
I'm clipping this right now. That is just I cannot believe the ADC was literally right next to the mid laner. Like, right next to the mid laner.
You know, one thing
It
I'm a
just
little
didn't
shocked
auto
about.
him, and the mid laner
Besides
didn't
the,
even fight him. That is the most ludicrous thing I have ever seen. That is absolutely redonkulous. That doesn't even make any sense.
One thing I'm a little shocked about, besides the lack of him wanting to hit other people, is just the lack of wards. And the first series, there were a lot of wards from both sides. And this game, there's just not very many wards. Maybe that's him really prioritizing the vision.
Oh my goodness. I'm just rewatching that fight right now, and I am in shock at how he was right next to him. Right next to the enemy mid. And you didn't.
Mega lol.
I can't even. Here's the post, by the way, folks. Take a look at this. Right next to the guy. And I just, it is beyond, like, I cannot make sense of it. I don't know how that happens. Amumu certainly trying to force some damage right now onto Tyler, but let's be honest, that's a tick damaging game that Fridge is going to start losing now, as his damage pool is not burst, it is all very light ticks, and Maokai, being Maokai, overheals at least a percentage of his health bar. So Amumu is burning what, maybe 6-7%? Malachi
Yeah.
is healing back for 20. So it's a...
Yeah, Maokai's definitely a dumb champ. He's arguably one of the best tank champions. That's a great matchup for Maokai as well. So as soon as he builds the Spectre's Cowl or whatever, Amumu can't really do anything to him. And Amumu didn't really snowball his lead, even though he had opportunities. He had so many opportunities to like pressure him out of lane, to deny CS, to even kill him. But he just didn't. So now Maokai is just going to be a better top laner, I think.
Meanwhile, the bot lane ends up dying in that situation. Ignorant ends up making a big misplay. Almost goes down, but saved by the mid laner Yeti. This is just some, like, maybe everybody's really sleepy and forgetting what League of Legends is. In this situation, I'm not surprised.
We'll blame it on sleep.
Trick mid,
like
I
sleep
wouldn't be
deprivation.
shocked if he died because he was right next to Rakan when that ultimate went off earlier. I'm willing to take that bet. If anyone else wants to let me know otherwise. A bit of mistake camera-wise on my part. I don't know what's wrong with my direct-to-camera. It just seems to be locking really weirdly. So I missed that fight where Thresh and Varus got killed, but I don't know.
What's your game time right now, Army?
23:10, 23:11.
Okay, because for the past 5 minutes, I've been stuck on 20, or not 20:30, it's 18:30. And so everything I've been talking about has been there, and now it says download failed. So I'll be right back in terms of helping you cast through.
Alright, man. Hopefully you can come back pretty soon. You can always spectate one of their matches, or me, if you want to get right back on.
Yeah, I may have to.
Oh my god. Wait. No. Stop. You can't just keep throwing bits.
There we go.
I just picked them up. I just got them nice in an organized set, and you just throw it right at the pile. Why?
Never too many bits.
1,500 again. By the king of duo. Hannah, please. I don't want you to go into I don't want you to start mortgaging your house just to keep up this race. Just let him win.
Amumu showing no fear. Holy cow.
Yes, because he knows that he is able to get some good percentage damage on him. It is a auto-attacking battle at this point, and that's what Fridge is 100% realizing. So he's trying to get some proccing damage off. You know, if I was Fridge, I would not have been shocked if he went a Sheen. Like, a Sheen in the sense of going for the Iceborne Gauntlet. Because at least you can get some extra auto attacks off on the E. Because you're gonna E anyway, so why not just get your, get a Sheen proc going too? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. He's already built the, what is it, the Bramble Vest, so I could see him going for what you said, Sheen instead. Because they both provide the armor. One's just... No, you're definitely right. He definitely should have done that, especially since Jarvan is already building the Bramble's Vest as well. Let him build the Thornmail, and then you can go ahead and build the Frozen Heart.
Right, exactly. But more importantly here, I am just curious at what direction of build he's going to go for after this, because he's going to look at what appears to be possibly a Righteous Glory direction.
Yeah. Maybe even a Rylai's with the one picked up. Looks like he was wanting to take the 1v1, so he may pick up the Rylai's for the...
Oh, what a
Syndra gets it.
Syndra! Very great!
Doesn't matter how ahead BMG is. She is not letting him get that Drake. Now have the Mountain and the Swifty Drake.
I think Dota is either dead or in the hospital because he would have had a heart attack seeing how many bits have been in this situation now.
He's just more scared that he's going to have to eat money in front of hookers and then tell him to get out of his swamp.
I mean, I can't even register what you just said there.
Oh, it's happening, baby. No, I can't wait.
Wait a second. That's a blasting wand. He's going for a Rylai's.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, he's going for a Rylai's, folks.
Am I muted?
No, I can hear you. I just couldn't believe it. Like I thought you were kidding.
No.
Yeah, that was I thought you were kidding for sure.
No, I saw him pick it up, and I figured that's what he's going to do.
Gonna have a long race, but Rakan, with the big movement speed advantage, decides to give him up, as it looks like they thought Mad Genesis might have got caught there. Oof, big missed opportunity again from ESG. They caught him on the run there. Oh, Thresh! barely dodges it, gets the flash out of there, and it looks to be a safe retreat for Thresh.
Clean.
This is too much,
Yeah, they
man.
don't have vision of it now, though.
There's too many bits. Alright. Oh, wait a second. He's got the lockdown. He was able to get some good damage, but it wasn't enough to take him out. The ultimate will be used by 2 of the carries, and there's all their damage dealers. And they are gone and dead.
Have you realized Mad Genesis is 10-0-5 right now?
Yeah. Well, now
He's
11-0
actually
and now
popping
11-0-6 because of what just happened.
11-0-6.
Yeah, but they
Yeet.
keep trying to kill him, and they keep failing every attempt.
Want that sweet, sweet shutdown gold.
Yeah. Thresh
Let's
in
get-
a
should be
decent
Baron,
position, trying to take out a ward. No way to stop this inevitable play. Baron easily falling into Black Magic Gaming's hands.
Have almost a 10,000 gold lead. They could look to go ahead and start shoving in the tier 2 towers to break the base. And with the massive lead they have, I don't think it'll be an issue for them at all. It'll take some hero plays out of ESG to bring this game back.
A little bit more than that, I think. It's gonna take surprising plays by Epic Sax Gaming. They need to shock Mad Genesis so fast and surprise him so quickly that he cannot respond in time. But I do not think that'll ever happen. Though I am quite proud of Bridges' ability to do that. Oh, Mad Genesis will
flash.
use a flash to try to force the flash away from Varus. Good call, because now that ADC is even more paranoid than he's ever been in this entire match.
Oh, and that's what it
he
opens
gets
up
the
for.
CC,
Oh, he messed up the
and
ult.
close situation, gets the Varus ultimate. It's going to force him into some lockdown. It's a big lockdown onto Raven Crow. He uses ultimate, he uses flash, but the tower falls too quickly. And it looks like it's a CC lockdown right now on that situation. Bridge is able to take out 2 members, but Mad Genesis still alive, trying to look for some more trouble. Zach's going to come back alive. Yeti wants to keep fighting, but Zach is now back up and ready to go. Fridge, it's commitment strategy. Oh, it's close, but not close enough. Fridge, I don't think he takes the risk here, but I know if I was Fridge right now, I'd go for it. Yep, there it is. He's going to go for it. It's going to be a barrier lockdown here. Ultimate's going to come into play, and he will go down. I would have.
And that should be top inhib or mid inhib. She shouldn't back. She's staying pressure.
Oh,
that.
Yeti, the top tower. Yeah, okay, he realized it. He's racing over there right now.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
If they would have stayed and just pressured mid, they could have gotten the top tower or the mid tower.
Even
if they rotate up, then they get mid, and if she stays, and they get top.
Yeah, just flex it. Like, I do not think Yeti was paying attention. You could have at least, hey, you die there, but you get the top tower broken off.
Exactly.
At worst.
For the greater good.
Yeah. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you still get that tower, because at that point you would, you die. But even if like that is the case in point, you're still going to be okay. You don't really lose too much out of this.
It's an interesting Jarvan build too. He went Thunderhawk into the Locket. He didn't actually go Black Cleaver or Warmox for the second item. I don't know if that's exactly the build that he's going right now, but I guess more worried about the team fights than anything. But I kind of feel like that's the wrong build because you're not doing damage and you're not that tanky either.
Tiring situation for both sides and me, as we've been yawning, or at least you've been yawning. Actually, I've been yawning too. What am I talking about? Been yawning so far this entire match so far. So the inevitable truth between Amumu's strategy here is he's planning on becoming a makeshift version of an Urgot where, hey, you're inside my range. Ooh, wait a second. Oh, what a brilliant surprise play. This is exactly what Epic Sax Game was looking for. It looks like they somehow actually missed Ignorant on that burst. It may be a big turning point. Varus gets 1 kill for the road. Zach is getting focused here. And now Zach is getting focused.
Too early.
Malachi takes the top tower, breaks it right open. And Black Magic Gaming will end up falling with 4 members going down here. They're going to start pressuring on that mid tower. Malachi cannot do a thing about this situation.
Yeah, Malachi should keep pushing that to get that in.
Mountain Drake on this advantage. Epic Sax Gaming could get a little bit more than just 1 objective here. Malachi will have ultimate. I think he uses it to just get him to run away.
Yeah, it's very slow. He needs to be close enough to make third action.
No, keep going. Keep going. No, keep going. No.
They're just going to take the Drake over at him because Drake things.
They could have popped Oh, they could have popped that in. They could have popped that turret because they had the Mountain Drake advantage. And
Yo.
they took it super quick.
Yeah, they were really scared of that Maokai. I'm a little shocked. It was a 5 or 4v. It was a 4v1, and they decided to back out and just play it safe, get the Drake. That could have swung the game really hard if they would have gotten that inhib.
They wouldn't be able to get the inhib in this situation.
But the tower for sure.
Right, they definitely get the tower though, and that kind of breaks up the game for them, in case they get another siege opportunity. But honestly, Black Magic Gaming made a misread. Maokai, not the split pusher. So
yeah, if Oriana gets caught like that, you can't fight.
Right. The situation is, play-wise, they made the right call. Like, they're looking at a situation where they wanted what they had previously, but they didn't get it, so they just tried it again. That's essentially what they just did. They just retried what they did previously. Thrash is.
The thing is, the only reason it worked last time was because
oh, wait a second, Ignorant, you don't have abilities. That is the perfect time to try to jump him. There was nobody in that area at the time. Yeti ends up firing an ultimate, but it gets canceled real quick. Ignorant will engage. No ultimate used. It's going to be Rakan here. He's finally going to get that ultimate onto Mad Genesis, but the Varus is switching to a casting ADC instead of a marksman, which is exactly the situation you really need to be a marksman right now, and ends up.
Ooh, he goes in.
Ooh, he's got some autos off right now.
Two ultis.
Back in. Stanfield ends up getting some CC lockdown. Yeti gets one quick kill, and Black Magic Gaming's members are all dying so quickly. Varus' damage is starting to come through, and that's a quadra kill for mid. Wait a second.
Get the inhib.
Oh, I don't know if they have a wave coming up fast enough for that.
Nope, they only have 27 seconds on the
they're gonna
launch
try it
number.
though. They're gonna try.
They might be able to get tower, but they're not gonna be able to get the inhib. The
No
death time
way.
is not long enough yet.
Not long enough, indeed, at all. And Thresh does not have a rot portal or a way to tank this for him.
No. Right now, the biggest issue is just the minion wave.
But he certainly should try. Yep, they're gonna try for it. They're gonna go ahead and get some good damage on the tower here while Thresh tanks that. They're gonna need the minion wave for sure. This should be just enough to get this tower. Let's see. It could be. Yes, it's melting very quickly, and
that'll be a jab in the heart for Bia.
Tower broken through. You see the situation. You see what the situation was with that, right? Like before, if they got the tower instead of backing off. Sure, they don't have a Cloud Drake, which is valuable.
But then but that's an inhib right there. Then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then, exactly. That's an inhib right there. The fans. They're coming together. Epic Sax Gaming, out of nowhere, has come alive.
ESG!
And the fans, they're all cheering for ESG. They're hoping, they're waiting, they're praying. Could this be the moment Epic Sax Gaming turns it all around? Oh no! He walked right into the bush! That is a lockdown CC here. Rakan, oh no, mid ends up misplaying the situation. The CC lockdown.
If they get Baron, this could be game. They need
Wait a second. The burst damage out of nowhere.
ESG!
What is happening?
ESG!
What is happening?
The season, baby! It's comeback time!
Gaming, out of absolutely nowhere.
Zach's still alive, though.
Turned it all the way back. They grabbed the Baron and they're now trying to go for the steal with Zach. He doesn't get there in time. He gets bursted. I can't believe it. Epic Sax Gaming, out of nowhere, has suddenly
Get the inhib. You don't need minions. Get the inhib.
The fans, they're giving him every ounce of their strength.
Take my energy.
Going for the inhibitor. They could win. They
No,
have an
don't back.
Oh no, the reset opportunity. They might be looking for
timers.
something more than they're asking for. The mid laner carries are on the way. They know they do a lot of damage super fast and super quick.
That's inhib.
They take that inhibitor. They take it. And now they're racing their way over back towards their own base as they go ahead and take a red buff. Where is Epic Sax Gaming? This Epic Sax Gaming has come back to life from almost impossible odds.
Oh, I could just feel the heartbreak from BMG from here. It's so sad. They even had to pause, take a breather. That is unlucky. Looks like it is support lag.
I want to scream
and shout and let it all out.
Exactly.
Because it's ESG's win, baby.
Baby. Oh.
61,000 to 62,000.
What a spammable in chat. Fridge gives the signal. Hold on. ESG has been lying in wait for 8 weeks, and now Fridge has given the signal to end the charade. It's now time to unleash hell. As it's spammed into the chat room here, the people have been waiting, watching. Could Epic Sax Gaming shake the very core of this very well-crafted comp? So far, Amumu's turning point has been exactly what they've paid for, exactly what they were asking.
Mm-hmm. That Rallis is actually doing a lot of damage in the team fights. Now that he finished with Thornmail as well.
And remember, every ability that hits, if Mumu hits an ability, that is more AP damage for the AP carry. AKA, more damage for Jarvan, more damage for Thresh, more damage for Varus, and more damage for Syndra. That means all of that extra damage is actually giving them the strength that they need.
Yeah, they've been waking these up. Oh, I just think I had a stroke.
Same.
BMG has been walking in one person at a time into these fights, just getting picked off. And Jarvan's actually been doing an insane job.
And the bits tossing. For the name of the Epic Sax Gaming, the bits are flying in again. Again. Oh my gosh. And I think this pause is not because somebody DC'd. I think this pause is like, oh, we need to regroup because we lost so much momentum. We need to get our heads
I think
back
somebody on BMG fell asleep, and that's why they're starting to throw these last team fights.
Yeah, BMG right now has big machine gun is what they're feeling right now because they have their Orianna looking really good. Stanfield's positioning has backfired on him. The Rakan is engaging has been consistently backfiring on him as well because Amumu is the biggest turning point here. That pick of Amumu, I genuinely believe, is the turning point of these team fights. Because there's so much extra
I feel
damage.
like J4's been a big part too, though. He's been getting like 2-3 man ultis.
Absolutely. But I think Amumu being able
to... Yeah, if you're talking about fully turnaround, you're definitely right.
Yeah, that damage amping, that damage boosting that Amumu is doing to those targets is even stronger with the Abyssal Mask, as it gives you an extra 10% more magic damage onto that target, and Amumu's passive, I believe, also gives an extra 10%. So that's extra 20% magic damage. So Syndra, who is behind, is now ahead because of how much damage is going on.
That's pretty crazy. The whole thing is just crazy. The comeback, the storyline, it's all there. What more do you need out of a bronze, silver, gold competitive series game? Besides the pause, like I could do without the pause.
My heart can't take this. I don't know how everybody has the energy, but the Epic Sax Gaming chants are still there. The fans are still believing.
So what do you think is going to have to happen? Because they've won these last few team fights.
What Black Magic Gaming has to do to end this at this point is they make a catch on Amumu, get rid of him immediately, and I think that's where the trip ends. I feel like they get rid of Amumu, that's where the game ends at this point. Vice versa. At this stage, you get rid of Mad Genesis, and then ESG wins. ESG hasn't consistently taken out Mad Genesis. Mad Genesis has been able to play his positioning very well, and he's been able to stay alive. But Ryan Stanfield's positioning also has been jeopardized as well, and Amumu's been capitalizing on both of them. They're almost standing near each other, and that is perfect for an Amumu ultimate. And that's exactly what has been jeopardizing every single play that they're coming across, because the ADC and the support and the mid laner are just too close. And the ticking is starting to work. And the ticking, all that other stuff. They're all of it. It's just starting to eat away at these tanks and eat away at these carries.
One thing that I thought was really impressive is Fridge keeps going in, getting the multiple man ulti, then backing out to where even though some of his team gets picked off, he's still almost full health by the time he re-engages. So that way, not only is his team getting all the amped up damage, but he's still almost full health. So whoever's with him when they're team fighting, he's always there to make sure that he is the front line, and he still does a lot of damage. So his positioning has just been incredible.
Everybody is just sitting here with their fingers crossed. They're hoping, they're praying that this is where Black Magic Gaming will collapse. By the way, did you check the chat to see if... Oh, well, there we go. Havana drops the last bit to take the lead back again. This is too much. I want this to stop now. You guys put too much money. Stop doing this. Stop bidding. Stop putting bits in. Please, stop it.
They're making me feel even more poor.
Oh, that guy only dropping 5 bits? Wait a second. Is the race over? Has Havana finally tapped out? Bishop? He's going for the 100 bits. He's planning it down. He says that this is it. This is gonna do it. I think the king has finally tapped out. I don't think the king.
He's no king of mine
anymore.
if he tapped out.
It looks like that might be it. If 5 bits is the deciding factor, unless he's using it as a buffer for when Sona tries that. Wait a second. That pause timer is getting really long. Did you check to see who in the chat registered the pause?
I don't know. Someone said support log and they were red, so it was definitely somebody on BMG.
What kind of friend are you? The friend that believes that you are the king. That's what it is. The one that believes that you are the real king, in my opinion. As he once again resecures the lead. Havana going for fucking... Oh my gosh. I gotta stop. Okay. Press enter. And look in the chat to see who paused.
Yeah, no. It was the red side. It was BMG. Exactly who it was. It was... It won't let me scroll up. Support, the name, AE Tyler has paused the game. Or AOL Tyler.
Okay, so AOL Tyler paused the game here. It is...
He's restarting his computer, he said.
Okay. So
and then now somebody on
the
blue team is using the restroom.
Right, according to the rules, they have to unpause the game at 20 minutes. They have an extra 5 minutes of remaining time, otherwise that is a forced surrender. An ESG will win the match.
A forced surrender? Yay!
So that may happen. It is a unlikely possibility. Oh my goodness! Look at this! Look at this battle! They're throwing every last bit at each other. They're throwing.
Dude, whoever wins is my king, dude.
They are throwing every groveling bit at each other. They are dragging this as
every penny they can
far
find
as
on their
they
couch.
can to toss this back at each other. They're grabbing every little bit off the top of their... Like, they're looking underneath their beds. They're looking underneath their pillows. They're looking in their piggy banks. They're looking in their shirts, their pants. They're looking in the laundry bin. They're digging into their... They're digging into every nook and cranny to find every little bit they can. Just to throw more money at each other. What an epic pause time. This is the most epic pause time in the history of Duo Esports. This is too far. I want to end the stream so they can stop bidding each other. Oh, they keep fighting. They're fighting for every inch. They're clawing their way up the ladder. Well, it is officially getting close to the 20-minute mark. You need to, as the caster...
Yikers! 50 seconds!
Yep, go ahead and head into the lobby of the team that is doing that and ask them to get checked in 40 seconds because they must unpause, and if they refuse to do so, they have a remaining 5 minutes. Otherwise, they will automatically lose the match.
Alright, they unpaused.
They are unpaused?
Yeah. The player's not there yet, but I told them, like, the scenario, they have a lot of options here. They don't want to force the forfeit.
Exactly. And they'll have to play without him, and that is something that is really tragic for Black Magic Gaming. This could be Epic Sax Gaming's most unconventional victory in the history of the game.
Dang, did I tell them too late? Oh god.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You've already told them to return the game, so they're going to be doing that. It's fine, as long as it does not reach 15 minutes. If they refuse at that point, the game will be officially over by the rule, and Epic Sax Gaming will be the winner by the ruling of the official. That is the rule that we established for the 10-minute to 15-minute pause law, and this may be the most unlikely victory Epic Sax Gaming will ever get, because this is such an insane turn.
The third forfeit win?
This would be the first one in Duo Esports history. The first one. And I don't think it's going to happen. It would be a miracle in a nutshell, as Havana and, like, this battle, the battle for first place, has never been so many bits and pennies. They are just throwing every little penny they can to just get that lead. They don't care about their integrity. They don't care about their feelings.
Think of the children.
The season of ESG continues. They only have a remaining time. Which you did tell them, right? So they only have.
Yeah, I did. They said they unpaused.
Okay, so it is 3-minute delay. So you told them at the 20-minute mark, which means at 17 minutes they should be unpausing, according to how factors of time work.
Okay.
So
I didn't
that's
actually
what
know
the situation is. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Spectators delay. That's right. I was like, holy cow! Wait, I swear
Havana,
they told me that.
begging the king to yield, begging him to stop, begging him from the bottom of his heart to stop this war. But Havana will not get his wish. And the king drops a bunch of kappas as he says, I've got this. Here's some
That dude's the
more
real
bits."
king. That dude's the MVP right there.
This is... Oh... My poor heart. Why? I don't know how much fun. No!
Dota shouldn't have an issue affording the hookers
He drops
and money
the
now.
100! Remember, if they do not... They should be unpausing pretty soon.
Yeah.
It should be at 17 minutes on the nose is when they should be unpausing. If they do not still... Okay,
there we go. Interesting,
Do you realize
interesting.
how late I stayed up to last night to write this script? Black Magic Gaming is going what appears to be without a member, as the Rakan is DC'd. Ravencrow is struggling with every fiber of his being to get into this match. But Black Magic Gaming cannot afford a surrender. They cannot afford to retreat, and they only have 2 minutes remaining of their time to get into gear and get their stuff going. If they do not get, and without their engage, I don't know if they can win. I think that might be it.
It'll be pretty hard. Winning a 4v5 is always hard, and especially when it's someone that's as influential as that.
Yeah, I mean, Amumu, I think if you get them lined up here, Epic Sax Gaming gets the CC lockdown, that's it. That's the game.
Yep. That's going to have to be a really good pick by the side of
stop
BMG
throwing
if they
money
want
at
to.
each other. Stop it. Stop, please. 7,430 bits versus 7,417 bits. This is too much.
Oh, that's the catch they need to end the game, it looks like.
That might be... Oh, the Zanya's here. They can't save him. They can't commit. They have to retreat.
They should know it's a 4v5. They should shove mid.
They don't know that. They have no idea. The communication was not delivered. They have no idea where Rakan is at this point. But they are beginning the push. Epic Sax Gaming will be winning this for the first time.
It looks like it! Hashtag ESGCS!
Oh my goodness. When all odds were against them. Somehow,
Rakan is not going to be happy.
Has won their first match in the most unfavorable victory in the history.
ESG!
They won it. They won it even though in all technicality they really wished it was not the case.
The comeback. Unfortunate for Rakan, Ravencrow to BC there.
And that ought to do it. That ought to be the end.
That's unfortunate. That Oriana was the nail in the coffin.
And they did it. And the most unlikeliest victory in the history of Duo Esports. For the first time in the history of Duo Esports. Not only has Epic Sax Gaming Genesis won the match, but...
Woohoo! They did it, boys! Their first official victory!
Not only have they won the match, but they have won the hearts of the fans everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen,
the
song that will be played will be the Epic Sax Guy song going on for the remainder of this stream. I hope you like the music. So, let's see how they did it, other than the fact that there was some incredible turning points. Let's take a look at the damage chart here. Varus and Syndra's damage went from not so great to almost game-changingly impossible. The moo factor, I think, was so deciding that I think that genuinely has turned the tide of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a ESG fan, rejoice. The music is for you, and I hope you enjoy it. It is all for the fact that I promised I would do this one day. Oh, looks like it's too loud, apparently. Yeah, apparently it's too loud. Yeah. Okay, I'm turning it down. It's for Epic Sax Gaming. It's the Epic Sax guy.
Now turn it up, man.
I would.
Audience, they're complaining.
I
It's
would,
ESG's
but
win. It's
I'm
ESG's
getting
night.
some staff members telling me otherwise. All right, let's get back to the point. Varus and Syndra's damage were great. I think Amumu was the main factor for that. Of that much damage that was done. That boost of damage, I think, was the deciding turning factor with everybody.
Look at the Varus damage. That's what happens when you actually decide to hit people.
Right? Damage taken, self-mitigation looks pretty good on everybody's side. Amumu certainly was mitigating a good amount of damage for sure.
Oh, baby.
Anyway, looks to be like a lot of people having mixed feelings. Turn down the song, turn up the song. Well, I'll let you guys have your song for a brief while, so don't worry about it. Till then, let's go ahead and finish up with the ward score and vision score. Call it a night, shall we? Vision score for the Thresh, 116 with the 66 on the wards placed. That Thresh certainly wanted to make a point, and he definitely made it with those wards placements. What a journey. What a story, and what an ending. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Army Overlord. I was your cameraman and your play-by-play caster. I was impressed. I was on a journey, and I'm very happy for it.
Yeah, this is Durango, your color caster, joined by Army. Thank you, everybody, for watching, tuning in. The ESG game. I hoped it was everything you hoped it would be. It was for me. Exciting. Had its ups and downs. It's fair share of controversy and the happy ending.
All right, folks. Enjoy the beautiful music of Epic Sax Gaming's very first victory. Here you guys go.
It's not that loud. It sounds good.
So here's what I'm going to do. Because Ivana and that guy have been racing for a long time now, I hate to put an end to it. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, guys, come back tomorrow. Let me know if you want to continue this race. Until then, good night, all of you, for now. See you guys later.